right.
All right, everybody. We are live today on Agents Who Win. This is Monday Coaching Tips. Todd is unavailable today. He's off doing some big things. So it's me, and I have a special guest, someone I'm really excited to be speaking with today, Jason Lash, Coach Jason Lash. Jason is a Club Wealth coach, as I am, except he's on a higher tier level, coaching some ballers at Club Wealth. So he's a master of recruiting. He's got 2 real estate teams, one in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and one in South Florida. Where exactly in South Florida?
We cover, we'll go to Miami, but we cover kind of both, Fort Lauderdale through West Palm is really what we focus on the southeast side over there. We do have a lead in Miami, and we will go there, but that's not really our focus.
Yeah, so the incredible Coach Jason Lash is on the line with us today. So thank you, Jason, for taking being our guest on short notice. I just got back from spring break visiting Georgia, visiting some mountains, which in Florida there are no mountains. So it was a nice change of scenery. We got to see Savannah and Blue Ridge. So that was a good spring break getaway. How are things going? You're in Michigan right now, right? Because I know you travel back and forth.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan this week. I get down to Florida probably about every 6 to 8 weeks or so. I go down there for a couple days. They're usually short trips, which I'm not going to lie, living in Michigan and get to in the wintertime to get out there for about 48 hours and see some sun isn't the worst thing in the world. So I do enjoy that. But I was down there last week. Yeah, last week I was down there. And I'm here for a while. I don't think I'm going to get down there again until May, but I'm here now.
I was going to jokingly say you don't want to come down this week because we're freezing here. It's 56 degrees. So
yeah, I went down there in December, and there was a warning because lizards were falling from the trees. Iguanas were falling from the trees when I was down there in December, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" I go back from Michigan for that.
You got to wear a helmet.
Yeah, they're going dormant and falling from the trees because it's so cold.
Yeah. So tell us about that. It's unusual for someone to have real estate teams operating in 2 cities. So how is that even possible?
Well, it happened on accident. It wasn't my intention. I've actually was never been in Boca in my life until I started selling down there. Honestly, one of my agents on my team moved to Florida, went to another brokerage, and was bugging me for about 6 months, telling me, say, hey, if we were doing what we're doing in Michigan, down there in Southeast Florida, we would be crushing it. So I kind of said, well, I'm going to prove her wrong, and I decided to just kind of test my stuff out. Yeah. And sure enough, it worked. We got a bunch of leads, popped a couple deals right away, and here it is. It wound up being an accident. I followed her, not the. I wasn't going for the market. She could have moved to Kansas. It had nothing to do with Florida. It just happened to happen that way.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thankfully,
Florida.
Yeah.
So before, I know you've been with EXP for what, a couple years? How long?
Yeah, we're going on in June. Will be we got 3 months away. We're on going to be on our 2-year anniversary.
Okay, so almost 2 years, and from my understanding, it would be pretty hard to create 2 teams in 2 different cities if you were on your own or with another.
If you're going to do it, you're going to have 2 splits, 2 desk fees, 2 everything. So I'm sure it's possible, but it'll be twice as expensive. That's the one beauty about our setup here is it's 1 split for the entire country.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's something that most people won't have the pleasure of taking advantage of, but it's nice that it's there if you're able to.
I wouldn't be doing this with my old brokerage. That I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah. So how big are your teams in Florida and in Michigan?
So in Florida, we have, I think it's 5 or 6 people in Florida. In Michigan, we're at 17. We're adding a few people, so we're somewhere between 23 to 25 agents on our team. We're a couple of them are at the onboarding process. So when I came to EXP just a couple of years ago, I only had 3. So we've really gone up. Have let a few of people go and part of the process, but we're growing like crazy in both Michigan and in Florida.
Yeah. So, that's why I wanted to have you on today, because you're growing like crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of agents, team leaders, realtors in general, they want to begin a team and they want to grow a team and they love to be growing like crazy. Yeah. So you're a coach with Club Wealth. Tell us a little bit about that. I congratulate you because I saw you recently moved up a notch to, tell me which tier you're in now.
I am technically tier 4. I probably could be. I'm knocking on the door at tier 5. I'd have to
Okay.
run the numbers real close. If nothing else, just because Michigan's so seasonal. Within a month or two, with our spring season starting, I will be at tier 5 here real soon. So I might be there right now. I'm technically a tier 4 client though at Club Wealth.
I see your post all the time of how many leads you're getting, like every few days, and that's pretty exciting. So you must be doing a ton of marketing to be generating all the leads, and you're sending out tons of offers on a regular basis. I'm watching those on Facebook, all of your updates.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we I just did this weekend. I'm looking right now. 131 leads we generated this weekend. I think our record for a weekend is about 150. So, but that was a good weekend. 130 leads for a weekend. So I spent a lot of money on marketing, advertising, a lot of Google, a lot of Realtor.com. I am a fan of Realtor.com. A little bit of Zillow. But we spent a lot of money on marketing.
And based on your current trajectory, how many transactions do you think you might close for 2021?
My commitment was 251 transactions this year. I'm on pace for about 300. So knock on wood. And again, the spring summer market hasn't even started yet in Michigan. So, we're only 90 days into this, not even 90 days into this, but I'm projecting to blow way past my commitment of 251. So I think we're going to be somewhere between 275 and 300 in that area.
Yeah, especially
as we got more people coming on, especially as these people come on, we should be able to get that.
That's incredible. Yeah. And I believe your coach is Michael Hellickson. Is that right?
Yep. Michael's my coach.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The great Hellickson. He told me I said that. Wait,
so I mean, he reminds us all the time of how many transactions he was doing.
Yeah.
And it's some kind of incredible number that
I think he was doing about 150 a month, 120 to 150 a month, somewhere around there.
Right. Yeah. So
he's an animal.
He's an awesome person to be coaching under.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's helped you in all of your efforts, especially recruiting. So sure. What did your team look like a year ago versus today in size?
Well, when I came on, we had 3 agents and one of them left and went to Florida when we came on in June of 2019. Mm-hmm. With my previous brokerage, we had a team of 12. And just because it was so expensive to work there, they were actually charging me a desk fee per agent. So it was really, really pricey, a large desk fee or a large fee. I don't want to call it a desk fee. So anyway, but we scaled down to a team of 3, just just more or less started over here. And we hit the ground running. I mean, I came up here, I jacked up the lead volume and I jacked up the recruiting efforts. And it's been a crazy ride. It hasn't been perfect. We've had plenty of bumps, and there's gonna be more bumps coming. That happens with any growth. I got way out of my comfort zone, and I said I want to have the largest team in my market. So I think we do it now. I think we're pretty close if we don't have it yet.
Yeah, that's great. You're going to have growing pains, like you mentioned.
When that happens. It comes with it.
Yeah, you're going to learn. There's going to be some learning lessons along the way, but you don't, without doing it, you won't learn those lessons.
Yeah, I learned.
What kind of efforts, what do you recommend for team leaders who want to grow their teams, like for recruiting? What kind of recruiting advice can you give us?
Well, I'm going to start off here with mindset. And this is something I had to learn, and one of my previous coaches, it changed my life when he told me that it's actually not my responsibility to make sure everyone on the team is successful. That isn't my responsibility. My responsibility is to make sure everybody has the best opportunity to be successful. And if someone is struggling, help them, be there for them, and commit to their success too. But if they're not willing to do what it takes or to follow the systems, that's on them and not me. So that was the first part. Kind of like if you have like a buyer that keeps getting denied, you don't want to, if you're overly invested into somebody losing offers on it, well, you're going to go down with the ship. It's going to be hard. And it's the same mindset here that, some agents are doing great, that are following the rules, following the expectations and the action plans, and some agents don't. Well, you can see the production levels between the two, and don't be as emotionally invested into those who don't want to follow the plans.
Right.
So that was a big thing there. The other thing is also just, especially in the beginning, hire as many as you possibly can, and go from there. Don't be as picky in the beginning as you are later on down the road.
Right. Some of the coaching tips that I've gotten, in terms of recruiting based, in accordance with what you're saying is, you hire, let the team agents prove whether they are worthy of being on the team, rather than you trying to, in advance in this interview process, determine, is this person worthy? Do they have the skills? There might be someone that you misjudge or mischaracterize in an interview who has all of the skills, and give them the opportunity to prove themselves.
Our number one agent on the team, and I love her. We're close now. We're friends, but I didn't think we had a very good interview, and I was leaning towards passing. She was interviewed when we were a team of 3 when we were small, and again, we had a good relationship. I liked her as a person. I just didn't think that she was going to be a fit for the team. And I mean, frankly, when she interviewed with us, she did 12 deals her entire career. Now she's consistently between 5 to 8 a month. And boy, was I wrong, and I'm glad I didn't make that mistake. So, and we became good friends. I appreciate her as a person too. So it's been fun with her. But so don't prejudge. Don't give them the opportunity. My one thing I won't budge on is you do need to be full time. I don't want to take part timers on, but as long as you're willing to be full time and willing to work hard, gamble on them. Take a shot on them.
Do you? What's your policy with new people, newly licensed?
I love them.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. You like that?
Yeah, new agents are great. I tell people they don't come with the bad habits. I get to create the bad habits. So we have 2 agents on the team that were brand new within the last 6 months. One of them's already at $2 million in sales. I bet Helena's probably about 3.5, $4 million. So I've had a lot of success with the newbies. It might even be what I could call a niche that we've taken new agents. My sweet spot's good people who just floating around the 2 to 4 units a year, and I put them over the top. I'll bring them up to 20.
Do your hires? Do you actively have ads going out there for recruiting, or do you actually recruit and look up numbers like some team leaders do? They'll look up all the agents in their market and actually pursue them, or are all your recruiting opportunities inbound?
So that's what I said. So I just sent the IDX agreement to our association to get signed for me to get is a market view broker, broker matrix with the showing time version. So I'm waiting for that signature to come back because I am going to start doing it that way. Right now, everything I've been doing is through WiseHire and Indeed, is ads out there and do some searches that way.
So these are.
I'm doing what you're talking about. That's as soon as I get the signature back, we're going to launch that. I even sent an email. Kind of checking in this morning with my association, saying, "Can somebody please sign this?"
So you've been able to grow to this size just using WiseHire and Indeed, and now you're going to be ramping up some additional efforts.
So Daniel, one of the beauties of what we have here, that we also are able to compensate other agents on the team to help us grow with revenue share. So we've also have agents on the team that have brought agents in. That's been huge for our team. The fact I can compensate, and it doesn't even come out of my pocket, the EST will actually compensate other agents on the team to help grow the team. Has also been a huge difference. I should look at the numbers. I bet 30% of our agents came from another agent on the team.
So your agents, your team members are helping in your recruiting efforts because obviously they're incentivized to do so.
I have one agent on the team when she made $1,000 just in revenue share, just helping me grow the team a couple months ago. She was jacked. She was so excited. So and she's like, "We want more of this. We need to grow more." And it's awesome. Let's do it. Let's dive into it. Let's keep growing it. So, and again, it wasn't $1,000 out of my pocket. It didn't cost me anything. Our brokerage pays for our agents to help grow my team. Yeah, so I don't think there's another platform that I can think of that would do that for us.
That's a unique value proposition there. Are you in production yourself? Are you still out there driving buyers around and going to listing?
I haven't done buyers in a long time. I will do some listings. I haven't. Looking right now, it's March. So it's funny. I took 2 listings last week. The last listing I took was October of last year. So I don't want to say I'm out of production. I'll take some referral business and some of that stuff. But everything else, I feed the team. I'm really focused on them. And even some personal, I had a personal referral that came in this morning and I referred that out to the team too. So I don't want to do a lot. I'd be okay doing 4 or 5 deals this year of listings. No buyers. I'm not going to take a buyer.
So when you're making your goals for the year, do you have a goal of how many team members you want to have, or is your goal strictly production based and then you hire to hit those goals?
Yeah, I did both. I want to have a team of 50 by the time the year's up. I'm
Okay.
really, really committed to the team of 50. I'd like to double us, I'm pretty sure we'll get there. But I really, really wanted a team of 50. Combine that with Michigan and Florida, and like I said, I'm committed to 251 transactions.
Right, and obviously EXP has a model where you're incentivized if you introduce agents to the company. Yep. EXP. So you probably have a number of agents in your downline that are not sure. On your team. Is that right?
Yep. My total organization, and it was just in front of me. I think I have 58 people in our total organization. Yeah, I mean, EXP really clicked with me last year when we were locked down during COVID in May. My revenue share was enough to pay my mortgage, my car payments, my groceries. I mean, we weren't rich, but all of our bills were paid. All my personal bills were paid, where I didn't have to go into savings when we were in complete lockdown. So it was last May was when it really it hit me. It's like, this is what it is. It provides security that I don't know where else you're going to get that kind of security. I talk to agents all the time when recruiting, and a lot of people are very proud of their splits. And that's great. As my broker paid my bills when we were locked down, and I don't know of any other brokerage that would have done that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, I know something that you have been implementing also for your recruiting is an onboarding system.
Yep.
So how difficult would it be to recruit a large team if you don't really have a system for onboarding?
That was one of my weaknesses until a few months ago. That's something Michael and I really invested a lot of time in, was systemizing the onboarding process. I'll be honest with you, that our old system, we had an onboarding person, and our system was call that person and she'll take care of it. And there was a lot of bumps in that road. She did the best. Everybody did the best they could. It just wasn't systemized. And that's what we need to be. So now, though, what we're doing here is especially people that are new, that are not licensed, while they're going through the licensing process, they can also go through my onboarding process at the same time. That way, I mean, the biggest concern whenever you hire, especially a new agent, is how quickly can they get paid? When is their first paycheck? Mm-hmm. Well, by onboarding them the same time and going through training the same time as going through licensing, we're shortening that process. I want people getting paychecks within 45 days, if not sooner. I want them right away getting paid. So when they start, they're fully trained. They're ready to go. It's not like you get licensed and now we're going to do 2 weeks of training, like you're going to see with the majority of brokerages.
Yeah, that's great. That'd be attractive to anyone who's planning to get their license. So that's really cool. So Grand Rapids, I don't know a lot about Grand Rapids. What would attract people to buy in Grand Rapids? I've heard it's beautiful, but unfortunately I don't know much about it. I'll have to do a spring break there.
Yeah, so do a summer break, not a spring break. So Grand Rapids is on the west side of the state. We are not Detroit. We're about 2 hours from Detroit. Detroit's a great city, but there's a highway that goes down the middle of Michigan called 127. It goes right down the middle of Lansing. It is literally 2 different states. It's very, very different on the west side and the east side. So the beauty of a couple of things that are great about Grand Rapids, again, we're only 2 hours from Detroit. We're also only about 2.5 hours from Chicago, which is and I love Chicago. I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago before, but I think Chicago is one of the greatest cities in the country. So again, in the summer, it can get cold there. The Lakeshore, the West Michigan Lakeshore. I mean, I've been to Southeast Florida. Our beaches are nicer than Southeast Florida's beaches.
Wow.
It's just a great up and down Lake Michigan is just a little secret that a lot of people don't know about.
It's all freshwater.
Yeah, it's all freshwater, very, very clean freshwater. Beaches are huge. We have sand dunes. A lot of fun in the sand dunes. The economy in West Michigan is strong. With a lot of stuff in the medical. Beer brewing is huge here in West Michigan. We actually now it's turned into a tourist destination with all the breweries we have here. Just like there are people that go to wine tours, there are actually people do that for beer tours. And Bell's, Founders. We have so many different breweries here in Grand Rapids. So that's one of the things also. And people are nice.
Yeah.
I know it's cliche, but there is actually something called West Michigan nice. And that is, people are nice here.
So are you experiencing the same thing that a lot of us are, where sellers are getting absolute top dollar for their homes and multiple offers? And
it's insane. Last Friday, we had 495 homes on the market, active listings, and we have 3,400 realtors. So 3,400 realtors, 495 active listings. You can do the math. So it is extremely high buyer's market. We are starting to see a little bit of a pullback in the luxury, but new construction. I mean, if you're under 200,000, frankly, I don't even know where to start anymore. If you were under 200,000 and wanted to be in our county, we'd probably have to go to more of a rural area. It is very much a seller's market, especially if you're not luxury. There's bidding wars like crazy. We had one, we went against 77 offers. We were 2 out of the 77 and lost.
Wow, that's crazy.
So,
we're seeing a lot of that here too. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. If anyone is interested in learning more about your team or joining your team or maybe transacting real estate, buying or selling, how do you recommend we reach out to you or connect with you?
Yeah, connect with me on Facebook. If you search me on Facebook, and we can become virtual friends. It's great. You're also always welcome to, you can call me. My phone number is area code 616-821-1350. That's 821-1350. That's my personal cell phone. You can call or text me there. Awesome. But social media is also a great way. So look for me, Jason Lash on Facebook. So
that's perfect. Well, I appreciate that so much. We're going to be communicating more in the future, and I thank you for being our special guest today.
Well, thanks,
and if I can return the favor in some way in the future,
absolutely,
please.
And congratulate you and all your success. You've done a lot down there too in Florida, in Orlando. So, congratulations
Thanks
on your growth.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, I just want to say thank you and connect with Jason if you have the opportunity. Look him up on Facebook. He's an awesome guy, awesome coach. If you're interested in learning about coaching, connect with either one of us. We'd be happy to do that. Yep. And until next time, I'll see you all next week with Todd. Take care.
All right. Thank you.